Hi, ladies. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, my goodness. Can y'all believe this is episode 25? This is our season finale episode. Oh,
Oh,
where are my tissues? Where are my tissues?
Where's the confetti,
I
Shauna?
know.
right. Where's the confetti?
Tissues, confetti. Shauna, where's your party hat?
Right.
Your little hat.
Don't make her get up because
I
she
know.
gonna
I was about to.
up.
Yeah.
I was about to. Oh, I should have said something earlier.
I'm like, yeah, be
Yes.
careful. I'll go get it.
I know. Oh my goodness. Can you believe this is our last episode for the season?
Oh my goodness, it's so crazy.
This is so crazy. What a year it has been. I mean, just a year in itself, 2020. But then we started this. First episode aired July 6th, right? We
Yep.
did a pre-release of the first episode to our audience, our heartbeats, affectionately known as our heartbeats. We named you all. I know, Shauna. Yeah, so wow. So this episode, taking stock of your year. So we like to do maybe a quick recap, ladies, of just how we got here, kind of how it started, and then just some definite tips for people to take with them into the next year. And also, I want to hear your favorite moments as well. And we can say more than one because we had a lot of favorite moments.
Of the year or like of the episode?
Of ourselves
I would
personally,
say
or
I'll say of the podcast. Let's start with that and let's see where it goes from there. I'll say maybe favorite moments of the podcast because we've had 24 other episodes. This
Yeah.
is insane.
wow.
So
So
kick it
yeah,
off. What's your favorite
I'm
moment?
yes,
just so proud of us. Let's just start there. Taking stock of your year, you got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? You just got to take it all. I'm really proud of ourselves. Am I starting with my favorite moment? Because I've already written it down.
oh yeah. Well, hey, go for it.
Okay. So my favorite moment was the siblings episode.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed that episode because it showed our audience a little bit more about us in depth, especially our childhood and our connections to our siblings. And it lets you know it's kind of like a partnership, by Jeanette having a brother and I had the sister. It was just felt like this partnership that everybody could see, what the relationship is all about. So that's by far my top favorite episode.
Awesome.
Every
Awesome.
week, or that went live every week. Um, did you get the link, Mom? Did she send you the link? She was like, "No, I thought she said it was gonna air later." I'm like, "You know, be patient, sir." I don't know. I might bring them back next year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
talked
got to
about
come back.
that. They do. They do. They were amazing. Jeanette, you want to start with your favorite moment? What was your favorite moment of this podcast
I would
year?
have to say my favorite moment was our live celebration.
Ah,
It was so
yes.
much fun. Even though I had my technical hat on and I was like, okay, I gotta make sure this is working, do that, and but I thrive off all the tech stuff, so I'm kind of a geek when it comes to that. But just being able to celebrate with everybody and to really see how many people would really support us and was wanting to be there live with us. So that was really, really cool. Lots of fun, lots of laughs, lots of funny moments. Especially.
That's for sure. Oh yeah, but you said especially us to that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, a lot of funny moments with the two of you, especially.
Who put the cherry on top on that with that episode was Maddie when she said she was 1/4 co-host and she introduced
yes,
herself in the chat box.
yes. I was like, Maddie, she was not playing, right? She had a whole paragraph.
I dressed my mom, and I did this. She was telling everybody.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, shout out to Maddie for the Hey Maddie series.
Yes.
Introduced as part of the Heart of Chat. My baby girl,
Mm.
just love her dearly, and
Yeah.
she really blossomed through
She
this.
did. From the first episode that she was on at the very beginning
Mhm.
to the last one that she just recorded with us a few weeks ago. She's changed
Yeah.
so much. So she's definitely come out of her shell. She's like, okay, I can do this. So
Yes.
I can run the whole episode. I got this.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what she did almost in the Boost Your Technology episode. I was like, oh, okay, let me just scoot over here.
Well, she's smart though. She's smart. She knows her stuff, so that's really
She's the
good.
new face for Apple.
Oh, yes, wouldn't she
Look,
love
this is her video pitch for her trying to get hired on.
it? For sure, for sure. Yeah, between Apple and YouTube, she told me recently that that's what she wants to do. She wants to go to California and go to college out there, and she wants to work for either Apple or YouTube. So
She'll do it
I
for
love
sure.
it.
She's that type, that
yeah.
personality. That's like once she says she's gonna do something,
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, what about
Yeah.
you? What was your favorite moment?
Oh my goodness. I had so many favorite moments. I think, my favorite moment or moments were just being the kind of the facilitator for the episodes, just really coming out of my shell in that piece, and just really being able to sort of step up skills there. And I would say, just in watching Maddie grow. So we talk about the booster technology episode. I think that was just kind of seeing that progression and just being able to, step in and lead, a lot of the things. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. And especially I would say between the party episode, the siblings episode, and the booster technology. Those are like my three favorites. Also, so if I had a favorite moment, I would have to say bringing on our special guests. So we had three guests this season. We had Cara Gomez of London, right? We had Dr. Melody Wright and Siobhan Sudbury. And we've mentioned Siobhan of Beefy Project a lot of times throughout our episodes. So yeah, I think those kind of a combination of all of that.
That episode with Carl was so much fun. Like Maddie and her daughter were feeding, and Carl, Maya, they were feeding off each other, and they were going, and like they had some stories. And when they started talking about them teachers, I was like,
yes. I was like, and Maddie put our whole city on the map.
I was like, and every time we were trying to end the podcast, Maddie came back with a new story, and Lynda was just like looking at her like,
I know. I was like, so we live down the street from the school, right? I mean, yes. So yeah.
What did you say on one of the episodes, Lynda, about your job? Like she said something.
Oh, she said she needs to call somebody. Who do I need to talk to? Yeah. She's like, who do I need to talk to? I was like, oh my goodness. As I'm thinking to myself, please, y'all not listening to this, are you? But then again, I'm like, yeah, maybe they should be.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Mouths of babes.
Exactly. So, wow. So if we were to like step back for a second, and thanks ladies for your favorite moments. So a recap of how we got started, sort of we could go line by line or not, or out of order, however you want to do it. But I'm thinking about late June and then into July. So July 6th was when our episode officially aired. So we did let it out for folks who signed up for our email list. So quick plug here for the email list. If you're not on it, please sign up. Thank you. And we're also now on Facebook. Yes. Wanted to mention that. So yeah, so sort of just that first episode. I remember I took off work. Speaking of Maddie, thank you, Maddie. I took off work July 6th and 7th.
Right, I remember.
And it was, it just couldn't have been at a better time because it was so much, just getting ready for that. And we went live to talk about the first episode. So what are your thoughts on how we went forward with that? What are you thinking there? Because it was, I'm like, wow, it was really amazing.
I think for me, what really blows my mind when I take stock of the Heart of Chat is how this all started with a mastermind group, the three of us really coming together. And honestly, we came together working together to hold each other accountable for the personal goals that we have for our personal brands, not knowing that it was going to lead to where it led to. And it still blows my mind. I think January we formulated the mastermind. It was before COVID quarantine. And then the accountability piece to that, which is what I really needed. I'm a very driven person, but I could also be all over the place. So when we formulated the mastermind, it helped me really get a little bit more focused and clear because I knew I had the answer to Jeanette. I knew I had the answer to Lynda about what I said I was going to do this week. And there's something about that makes you want to be successful and continue to do and reach your goals. And then going from there to Jeanette just, out of nowhere talking about we should do a podcast. It's just like I had no idea that was going to come out of the mastermind group. And then it up-leveled our individual brands and collectively. The other thing that amazes me about this ride, and a lot of people tell us this through DMs, they email us, is how fast the Heart of Chat has moved.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Shauna. I think just the way it all came together, it was just like seamless. It was supposed to happen that way. The response from everyone has been just amazing, like completely amazing. And I just feel like overall, like what I learned from that was just like the power of doing things with a collective of people, like not having to feel like you have to do it alone. Like that's one of
Yes.
the things like we teach in my program is to the entrepreneurs is that being an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you work by yourself. You know what I mean? You have to have a team of people. Like I can come up with ideas, I can get things done, but at the same time, sometimes I need somebody like a Lynda in my life who is like, okay, so we say we're gonna do these things. Okay, we're gonna get this, and this. I'm like, oh my God, like where have you been all my life, Lynda?
Right. And I love that Lynda feels good about checking it off too.
Like,
Yes,
it's just
exactly.
that, oh, it's like,
and like, you know, and then just Shauna and the vibe that we feed off of like the creativity part and her making me be a little more childlike than I not be so serious all the time and just like, okay, it's okay, let's just have some fun. And I'm like, you're right, we can have some fun. Like party, somebody say party. Where's the music? Where's the confetti?
yeah,
Exactly.
that's fun.
And I think you need that. Like sometimes you need people to show you things that, you know, you otherwise would just be like, oh no, I'm just gonna be low key about it, because this is probably why my other endeavors into podcasts did not work, because I was doing it by myself and I was like not telling anyone. And so because I have you ladies that are like, oh no, we don't tell the world. Shauna's like, oh,
You can't be the best kept secret.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Episode 12, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, exactly. So I think that was like the biggest thing for me, and I want people to realize going forward is like you don't have to do it by yourself. You know what I mean? You know, not saying just pick any random person, but be intentional about the people that you bring into your life and into your personal business. But at the same time, you know, you ain't gotta do everything. And I think that's what propelled the Heart of Chat forward so fast, because we were able to do this together.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with both of you ladies. I think we all bring a unique set of skills, sort of the, our tenacity in certain areas. And I think when Shauna and I are off being silly and doing stuff, Jeanette is kind of keeping us in line, like for the party podcast. And I'm like, oh, what are we doing again? And Jeanette is like, but then a part of that too is, okay, Shauna's like, let's have a little fun. And Jeanette is like, okay. So it's sort of that give and take as well. And then we got, Shauna and I had party hats and I had a scarf on. I'm like, okay, what is going on over here? We were just having like just so much fun.
Yeah.
The favorite moment of the party podcast episode was Lynda. Lynda, you want to tell the people what they're going to win?
Man, listen, I totally.
Or you were turning around to reach for the mug.
I thought she was acting. She was really serious. She didn't know what she was supposed to show the people.
I did not know. I totally blanked out. I think I was so excited. It was just so many people were watching us, and I was like the Home Alone kid. It was me. If y'all are watching this, I did my best Home Alone imitation. I'm telling y'all, I totally just spaced. Because I joke around a lot, but no, that was real talk right there.
Yeah, I thought you were acting. I really did.
I totally forgot. So it's just stuff like that to kind of keep us going. And then like Jeanette, like you said, it's like, okay, we got to get stuff done. Like, all right, I'm getting these journals shipped out. Let's go, ladies. Let's do it. This stuff is going out. And that's also a plug for Ignite Your Fuego journal.
Let's talk about the journal.
Yes.
For us.
Oh,
that was awesome, and we appreciate all the people that purchased mugs and that have been sending in their mug shots. Send us some pictures with your journals, because y'all should have them by now.
yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the journal endeavor, and this is an example of what you said earlier, Jeanette, about Shauna sort of pushing us that creativity, because initially we were going to do, journal on a different medium, and it would have been fine. You see journals on different things,
Yeah.
Shauna was like, no, we need to publish this. This is a published worthy work. And I'll never forget those words. And, fortunately for us, just us being the entrepreneur collective that we are, and I'm stealing that term from Miss Kim, the author of The Night Owl. She tagged us in a post on IG
So
recently. And
creative. Love you,
she
Kim.
used that term. Thank you, Kim, for using that term, because I was like, wow, this is really, that's really what it is. Shauna was like, no, I mean, she has ISBN numbers from books that she is going to be purchasing. So she said, we're going to use this. We're going to publish this as a published work of art. And I'm so glad that we did that. The journal is, making its way to many different distribution markets at this point. And we have it on our website. So it is a published work of art. So Jeanette is a first-time author as a result of this journal.
Jeanette.
And Shauna, you're a multi-author, two-time author, and
Yes.
I've authored several different books and collaborations. So that was like a huge highlight to Jeanette's point about the journal. And yes, the mugs. We love the mug shots.
Oh my goodness. I love my mug. I have two.
It's in your mug shots, in your journal shots, all the things.
Yes, we definitely want to do that. So yeah, I mean, I think, for just thinking about this year, we talked a lot about, there were some things that we wanted to do that we're like, oh, we didn't get to those things, and that is okay, because we can take those things and make notes of them for our upcoming season. We have other guests. We have people reaching out to us that want to come on.
I'm excited for 2021. The new season starts back on February 1st. And hopefully baby Heartbeat will be here by then.
Yes, she is making her debut.
Kobe and I'll
make sure we have her in a video soon.
That'd be awesome.
Might be just her little bum from the back, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the new season coming up and the possibility of some of the guests that we're working towards for 2021, and the ones that's already confirmed. Like, yes.
Right. I know. Yeah, we've had a couple people confirm.
It's gonna be fuego. Season 2 is already gonna be fuego. Just all the different ideas that's coming together.
Yeah. And one of the things that came up late in this season, which I think has been a huge win for the Heart of Chat, we went forward with the Facebook page, something we had initially said we were not going to do. I think
we did. I know I said it.
We ain't doing that. And it just goes to show you how things grow in so many directions. And sometimes you think we're not going to do something. Who would ever think we'd be sitting at 25 episodes right now? Oh, we're going to do 5. We're going to do 10. Here we are at 25. Yeah. So the Facebook page. So Jeanette, do you want to talk a little bit about how that came about? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think, we have a very specific audience, even though, we have some outliers that, like, shout out to the men that listen and respond and send us comments.
Thank you, gentlemen.
That, our message is really resonating with everyone, older, younger, men, women, so that's awesome. But I know we have a very specific demographic of people that watch us and listen to us, and a lot of them are on Facebook. So the people who generally watch our YouTube are also Facebookers, and the people who listen to the podcast on the podcast app are Instagrammers. So we wanted to make sure that they didn't miss out. So we ended up like, when it came to my head, like, we need to do this Facebook page. I got on Marco Polo and I was like, all right, Lynda will be like, that makes sense, let's do it. I was like, Shauna, I said, I already know.
I'm laughing at Shauna now.
Towards Facebook is like,
it's just so much work. And, and from my experience of having my own pages and my own, it's a lot. It's a lot to it, but the blessing part today is that you can connect it to IG. So it won't seem like, you could share the content across the platforms. It's not like it was before. So it's a lot easier. So
and what do we always say, Shauna? And you're not doing it alone this time.
That's the thing. Can we just talk? Can we pause and just say something about that? So we see these slogans all over the place that say you don't have to do life alone. And it is the truth, the absolute truth. Finding your tribe, finding your voice, find your voice first so you know who you are. Then you will attract the right tribe. once you attract the right tribe, you never know what relationships may blossom out of that to be able to create a situation in which Lynda and Jeanette and I found ourselves in. And doing doing fuego work with other people is a thing of beauty. It's something that you just is I think about eNanny Link. I've been in eNanny Link 4 years building that up. 4 years. And I look at what the Heart of Chat did in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was doing, the blogging, the YouTube, and the tweeting, the twatting, the this, the that, and it's, this doesn't feel like work. It looks like it may appear, because I know a lot of the heartbeats are like, we're just so amazed. How did you do this? It seems like it's a lot of work. Honestly, it doesn't feel like work.
And we're in 3 different states, y'all.
Yes.
3 different
Yes.
states in a pandemic. Like,
Yes.
oh, we're gonna make this happen. Like, we haven't done, like, some people like, oh, we need a branding photo shoot. No, we're gonna get an illustrator. Shout out to Jessica, our illustrator.
Yes.
Shout out to Gabby, who did our logo design for us.
Yes.
Can we talk about that, Jeanette? Because they're probably like, well, how did they get all 3 of you? Did you guys meet up? So Jeanette, actually, these graphics is from real photographs that Jeanette actually took of Lynda and I, and she had a photo session, of course, herself. 3 different times, 3 different states, who knows what year. And what Jeanette did was she brought them all together, and then Gabby was able to take it from there. I'm sorry, Jessica. What part? Gabby did the
logo.
Gabby
did the podcast logo, and
Gabby did this. Okay, this is Jessica.
Yeah, that's an awesome. I'm glad you paused there, Shauna, to talk about that, because definitely, we definitely want to shout them out for sure. And just their information will be in the show notes. I know for 2021, just their visibility, I see them posting, and they're working with all different kinds of amazing clients and such. I mean, I'm just so grateful just for our online, footprint. And Jeanette has been able to do amazing things with those graphics. Like, we've got our Facebook page, we've got our YouTube, we've got our Gmail. I mean, just all over the place, and just being able to, and I had to send out an email.
That's the funny part. We still
I know we still have stuff to do. I'm like, we gotta do that. That's right. And I was able to drag and drop the logo in an email that we had to send out recently to announce to our heartbeats that the journal was ready, because we wanted to let them know. It was I just went, drag and dropped it, crafted the email, and sent it. So stuff like that to make your processes a little easier. To when it's 3 of us, it just just the visionary piece of this too.
And what I hope that people get from that, like the way we were able to come together and do this with all the challenges that were in front of us, is that you don't have to wait for the perfect time, and you just figure out a way to work around it and make stuff happen. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Like, that's one of my favorite quotes, is start where you are with what you have. Like,
I like that.
You just got to put it out there. People, they will allow you the space to grow as long as they see that what you're putting out is genuine. And I feel like that's what our heartbeats have allowed us to do. Every episode isn't perfect. If you want to see the podcast episode, so when you're listening on Apple and Spotify, yes, I go through, I make sure there's not a lot of space. But on YouTube, you get the raw, unfiltered version of us recording these episodes. Cara, I'm so sorry, honey.
Oh yeah.
She got choked up, was coughing. She made our bloopers real.
We were able to get it cut down on the podcast end, but on the YouTube end, everything's raw. Just raw. Raw.
Yes, it is. All my crazy facial expressions when I forget something. The mug. What are you talking about, mugs? Oh, yeah, the mugs. Yeah.
What about Shauna when she got the ending? She does this. She does the same outro every time, and she was like, and another what? Hold on, what am I saying?
Yeah, I said something about Fuego Friday, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm like, I got the wrong fire. I'm burning up all over the place. I got to get the right fire.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, people will give you grace. Like, you just have to, embrace it. It's part of growing. Like, it's like we're real. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's part of growing. It's part of showing up. and they, we're human. We make mistakes. I stutter at times. I mean, I forget stuff, and my brain is running 1,000 miles a minute, and I'll just like stop and freeze. Like, oh, what are we doing again?
One of the first two, I don't know if it was Pursue Your Passions. One of them episodes, I was about to say something, and my mind went completely blank, and I was just like, you know what, we're gonna come back to that. Y'all just
that's how it is. We are human. We're real people.
Yes. Yes.
I wanted to go back to talking about to tell our listeners about stock. So I know this is the year end.
Mm-hmm.
The best way to really take stock is for us, for the Heart of Chat, we started these weekly wins to get motivated, to get us started. So every Friday we would report to each other where we felt like was a win for ourselves for that week. And I think that that's what really motivated and pushed us into the direction of wanting to keep writing down our goals for the next week, accomplishing it, and then coming back and reporting. And also reporting if you didn't make it and why, and what are you going to do to change that. So we actually had weekly stock the whole entire year of 2020, and I believe that helped us stay on track too. So if you're trying to start where you are, also make sure you know what you're winning at. And I wouldn't go past a week, because we can get discouraged, frustrated, don't want to do the goal, change our mind. And it's okay to pivot if something's not working, but when you're trying to work something through, sometimes the magic doesn't happen right away. It can distract you, or you can, not want to complete it. So make sure every week that you're taking stock, start with yourself first. And then when your tribe arrives, then you can do it as a group, or find someone that's on that same wavelength that's trying to do it. You two don't have to have the same thing going on. You don't have to be having something with someone else. Our mastermind group started off with all three of us individually, just about our own brands.
Right.
And
I love
you'll forget, right? You'll forget the small things that you've done to win. I know Lynda's been working on that, about patting herself on the back and sharing all her lovely wins. Put that mug down, Lynda.
I know I'm not good at that, and admitting what you're not great at, and that's why we have us. So you ladies push me to do that more.
Where's the link?
I'm just like, oh yeah, oh I can't wait to get that. Oh, okay, so I put a lot of emotion behind that.
We're not great at everything, right? And you got to be okay with that.
Jeanette is over there dying.
Phrase, because y'all gonna see something. Just remember that phrase.
Oh yeah, we need to trademark that. Oh,
yeah,
speaking of trademark
that. We can trademark it.
Yeah, Shauna, let's talk about trademark.
Pivot, pause, and more.
A funny thing that came out of the podcast. So Shauna, you talk about that.
That sure did. Oh man, that was so much fun. I was having a rant on Marco Polo. I was just going off, and I'm like, we just need to pivot, pause, and pour. And Jeanette came back, was like, hey, did you just hear what you said? And I'm like, oh, this is great. And so I went, trademarked it, and it was great because when I had an opportunity to speak for Oswald Company, when all the schools and the families and the corporations and companies were like up in the air in arms, like everybody's at home, how do we make school function? How do we make work function? I was asked to be on a panel for Oswald Company in Cleveland. And they asked me, did I have a saying of some sort that they wanted to put in their graphics? And I had that already set up.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that was amazing. I think we did a whole episode around that. I think some of our graphics are on Fuego Fridays. We also do quotes and some of the other fun things with that. And I think we have a whole quote piece on that over on our Instagram page. So yeah, that was another definite highlight of taking stock in your year. Awesome, awesome. Trying to think of some other things that came out, some other tips for, our folks, some of the things that we did, going forward. So the mastermind group, is key. Just recently, we celebrated Shauna, the release of her book. Yes. Woo, My Mismatched Socks. Yes. And from that, you had an amazing turnout at your virtual book launch. And even after that, people are like, hey, how did you all do this? We're so proud of you all. You're inspiring find me or a group of us to go off and do, you know, some of the mastermind stuff, I would say do it. You know, I like what you said earlier, Shauna, about, I think you said finding your voice and then finding your tribe. So getting to know you, you know, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because, you know, I was at a place where, oh my gosh, am I going to do this publishing thing, you know, 25% of my time, because I know I still have a corporate 9 to 5, or what am I going to incorporate? A service. So kind of thinking about that too. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you ladies, for me, have made up for those imperfect parts of myself. So yeah, so I'm
Oh,
like, oh man, I can
that's
do that.
beautiful. Wow.
Yeah,
Like a puzzle. We're like a puzzle.
exactly. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not so great at this, but I know where I can go to get it, right? Whether it be something that Jeanette said, or Shauna, something that you did, because you've told me multiple times, oh no, you need to be doing this, this, and this, because this can push you forward. And
These
I'm
are the
like,
days
oh,
you're taking off this year.
yeah, exactly. I know. I
It's
mean,
all
thanks to
about getting
Shauna.
vacation time in Lynda.
That's right.
We
Unbelievable.
pushed
I mean,
like to November.
yeah, I took off November 11th through 13th. So the 11th was a
So
holiday for my
proud of you.
company, and the 12th and 13th were just, and I just stayed. I slept till like 10:30, 11 on those days.
Oh, that was the best. I was so happy for you.
Oh my goodness. And I woke up to like 30 messages. They're like, what are you over there doing? But it was great, because I'm so used to being
It
on all
was
the time.
funny. Even Maddie kept questioning you when you were sleeping in
Yeah,
and you were staying up. She's like, what's
yeah.
going on with you, Bobby?
I know. So sometimes having to change course, and I've had to do that a few times during this whole, you know, process. So yeah, definitely. So I wanted to note that.
One of the things that I appreciate about just this group of us and how we work together, when you were talking about the wins, Shauna, you know, sometimes, you know, we forget what we've done, and because I'm probably the worst one to come on my wins. I'm like, I don't know, I'll be back. I can't remember, what did I do this week. But part of that is baby brain. Like, I've been pregnant this whole time. But y'all, we remind each other, like, no, remember, you did this, you did that, you did that. And then also finding your voice, because we tell each other, like, you know, what we want, what our goals, our values are, and we know that about each other. When we start dipping into areas that are out of alignment and out of sync, we can remind each other, like, why are you sweating that? You didn't even want to do that in the first place. Do you remember what you said? And like, oh, you know
Yes.
what? You're right. And to be able to have each other to kind of remind ourselves, like, you know, what are you doing? Like,
I
that's
love
not
that.
that's not where you were going with that. So I think that's really important, that you don't always just have people that's just like, oh, you're so wonderful, you're so great, keep going. Like, you know, also have people that's gonna be real with you and tell you the truth when you're like getting off course. Like, hey, that's not your lane. Get back over here. What you doing?
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
to be with people that you can totally be your 110% self
Hmm.
is I'm I'm like you, Jeanette. I'm like, where have you been? Where have you two been at my whole life?
Right.
Um, I had a pretty rough year. You know, my first year of grief was just coming into, you know, after my husband passed, when we started the Heart of Chat. And when we were on Marco Polo, I was telling them the other day, I think the whole first month, month or two, I'll be on there crying like once or twice a week. I'll be on Marco Polo crying, playing music in the background. And they would just allow me to be, allow me to go through all my feelings and share my inner thoughts, whether it was crazy, you know, whatever I was feeling, they accepted every part of me. And that's why I'm not joking when I say the Heart of Chat is like therapy for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I go back and listen to the podcast the same day that you get it. And I also watch the videos,
Right.
because it's empowering for me. And there's some things that I miss because I'm in the action doing it. So there's a lot of things that I may miss in it. And I'm taking notes off of our podcast. You know, so yeah, so it's a thing. It really feels good to be in a space where you can be with people that you really can truly be yourself. You don't have to hide the good, the bad, or the ugly. So I just want to thank you, ladies, because it's been a beautiful year for me because of the Heart of Chat.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Shauna.
Sure.
Yeah, it's and we've done a lot this year. I mean, even just, you know, taking further stock. I mean, we introduced some things just for ourselves and how we brought in other folks. So Island Beats, shout out to Zoe and Iris. Like I think we
Okay. So what happened? Why did the whole thing freeze? Is it just me? Why did you switch networks on me?
Can't hear you.
Okay.
Go. Here comes Jeanette. Yeah.
Uh,
That was
There
so
you go.
cute. I couldn't tell if you were
Oh,
frozen or not. You still
yeah.
frozen.
Oh
She's
no.
unfrozen.
Okay. So it went back to recording.
okay, give me 1 second. It's gonna do it again.
There
Hey,
she is.
there she is.
So speaking of bloopers,
Yes. Oh, and it went back to recording too.
Wow.
so
How
was
do
it
you do
recording
that?
when I was frozen? So, ladies and gentlemen, we talking about bloopers. The internet in my whole house just went out because the kids was like, "The TV's not working."
Oh,
Oh no.
wow.
Uh-oh.
This never
Wow.
happens. There's no storm. It's sunny outside. The internet just decided, I'll reboot.
Yeah.
I can do what I want to do. So
Yeah.
for the people watching this on YouTube, you're going to see all this. But
Yeah.
for the people who are on the podcast, you won't see this. So, question before we go back to what Lynda was saying about Iris and Zoe. Was it still recording when I froze or did it stop?
You know what? It did. I didn't see the recording thing in the upper left hand corner, so I don't know.
Okay, so I might have two
Okay.
of them. I can put them
You
together.
can maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I can put them together.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and we're back. So just in case the audience didn't hear this piece, and you can delete this if it shows up in there, Jeanette. So we were shouting out Iris and Zoe of Island Beats.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful sort of came into, we incorporated them into one of our episodes in the podcast, doing the whole mentioning thing. Also Sacred Conversations with Denise and Reva, just been a part of our journey through this. Oh my goodness,
And
what
they've been
else?
so supportive, like so
Yes.
encouraging and like shouting us
Mhm.
out and just, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then we mentioned Siobhan of the Be Free Project. We talked about Alicia. She was a trailblazer earlier in the season for one of our Wednesday posts. So yeah, our Wednesday post, just a quick side note about that. We dedicate our Wednesday posts to our heartbeats. So we've been doing the mug shots. We do pictures of our heartbeats. We may do pictures of ourselves at some point. I think we did that early on. And also our trailblazers. So if we have a guest on, or if we're, speaking around a certain person or a group, and we use that, we usually take a snapshot picture and they're shared on our Wednesday post. So just wanted to
And
let you
thank
all
you
know
for the
that.
people who sent us coffee.
Yes.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Yes, right. Oh my goodness, we had a couple of folks sent us coffee. I think Miss Denise was one of them. Wonderful, wonderful, and definitely shout her out. We have, oh my gosh, so many people: Samara, Wilma. I think we mentioned Kim earlier. Just a lot of wonderful, wonderful folks that have been so
Brent for
supportive of us.
donating her affirmation cards for our giveaway.
Yes,
Them
thank you,
stars.
Britt.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
amazing.
Just amazing, amazing. So do we want to maybe give a tip to our heartbeats, our listeners, maybe one tip to take stock in their year? Maybe they could start with maybe a recap of where they are, or maybe, some things that they want to get to in 2021.
Yeah.
I would start off with a vision party.
Mm-hmm.
Have a
Okay.
vision board party with yourself online, or take some people are offering them in workshops, or you can do them with your children,
Mm-hmm.
and start processing what you've accomplished this year and what you're trying to accomplish next year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, put it on the vision board, and at the end of the year you get to look at it and see what you've accomplished.
Wonderful. I like that.
Love a good vision board party. So for
Yeah.
me, I have two
Yes. What do you think to
questions
that?
for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And these are two of my favorite like self-reflection questions that I've used a few times, like even for like a monthly reflection. But for the year, I would just say, think of something that you don't want to continue to do and you don't want to take into 2021, like some habits or whatever that you want to change, whether it's habits or people, whatever. But think about that and use that to kind of guide you through the next year so that you can make better choices for yourself. And then also something that you discovered about yourself that you love and you want to do more of. Like, anything. Like if it was just a one-time thing, like, oh, that was a lot of fun. Remember that thing and then go do more of that in the upcoming year. Those are two questions I would say ask yourself.
That's fuego, Jeanette. That's good. That's fuego advice right there.
I love that. Yes. I guess I would say too, I mean, we've touched on a lot here, and to piggyback on what you both have said, one thing I learned this year, and I want to continue to carry it on. I think, Jeanette, you touched on this earlier about being so serious, because I sometimes get in my corporate work mode and I'm like, I got to do this. I realized, earlier this year, probably around the April, May timeframe, it's just time to have more fun. And I know, in the times that we're living in, that fun doesn't have to be a 50-person balloon party somewhere. We really can't do that anyway. But just having fun within yourself. Maybe some of the things that I participated in this year is a couple of paint parties and, looking forward to the vision board party. Just, looking around for the things that inspire you. It could be within your own house, within your own apartment, within your own mind, maybe some things that you haven't explored. So definitely the encouragement just to have more fun. And when somebody told me that, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm just a goofball, I am having fun. Then I realized, like, gosh, I'm pouring so much into line by line and the work. And yeah, I am slowly coming out of that, which is a good positive change. So I'm willing to take those with me who also want to make that change. So I'm sharing with you what a goal is for me for 2021.
Yeah.
Just go get a microphone.
Oh yeah. I
pull out my microphone all the time and just start singing my heart out.
Yes.
Yeah,
so much
I told Shauna the other day. That's what all she did was sing and dance. That was like two.
I did a whole.
She did a whole skit to a song and was just dancing. I was cracking up laughing. It was the best.
Thank you.
It was inspiring because I'm like, I want to do that.
I look forward to that.
Gracias.
Very, very cool. Well, ladies, this was great. Love this. Our
last finale.
one. I know. It's like, oh, the happiness.
They're gonna see us on social, though. They're gonna see us on social. We're not gonna disappear completely, but February 1st, the new season 2, episode 1 for that, or episode 26, will be out. I can't wait.
Yes, we can't wait. We're very, very excited.
Increíble.
Yes, so
incredible.
We'll be engaging with you over social media through the holidays and through the new year. Just starting your year. So we got some fun things planned. Just everything from, I don't want to give too much away, or maybe I'll say something, but maybe like top episode, or what's your fave. We'll do some fun things to keep you all engaged, and join our email list because we'll be using that probably through the holidays, and we just look forward to still keeping you engaged with us. Yes. So Shauna, do you want to tell everybody where to find us and where to continue to find us, and adding our new Facebook in there too?
Nope.
Uh-oh, Shauna, can't hear you. Did you press a button?
Her mouth was moving.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. Yeah, you're
good. My mouth was moving, but there wasn't nothing.
I was like,
I'm leaving this in the episode just so y'all know.
Leaving it. I was like this.
Oh yeah.
With the reality.
I love it. I love it.
You do.
Reality. I love it. You can find us on YouTube, IG, and Twitter, and our new Facebook page at The Heart of Chat. Make sure you're on our mailing list so that you can get information from us. And this is our last one.
Yes.
Wow.
Season.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because I was going to say, come back next week, but I can't say
February 1st. Come back February 1st.
Come back February 1st because it's going to be fuego, baby. You better come back. Chat.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Adios.